Quickly, say these words. I'm sure you pronounced this one correctly. You were great, you were amazing. But probably, not definitely, but probably you pronounced this one wrong. I'm not sure though. Say this one again. Yeah, see, no. Not relaxed, no. Relaxed. Say it like that. Relaxed. Good job. So in that word, we pronounce the ED like a T sound. Okay, how about this one? Try this one. Almost. Asked. Say it with me. Asked. Again, we pronounce that ED like a T. There's an easier way to pronounce this word. I know that one's difficult, and I'll come back to this one later. But let's move on to the next one. Again, not called, no, called. So in this case, we pronounce the ED like a D sound. Called. There are 3 ways to pronounce the ED in past regular verbs. Id, not ed, t, and d. Well, I mean, okay, Andy, but when do I know which sound is which? I know. Don't worry, I'll show you. First, we never pronounce the ED like ed. No, it's always id. Wanted, needed. And it's a very weak id. It's never stressed. For example, I see some teachers teach this and they're like, wanted, needed. That's confusing. I understand you want to stress the different sound at the end, but you're stressing the end syllable and it's confusing. So don't do that. Just use your natural speaking voice when you teach the ED sound in your classes. Remember this part, the ED, it's never stressed. So it's not wanted, needed, never that. Wanted, needed. Okay, Ellie, but why is it sometimes id? Right, yes. So the reason is the sound at the end of a word. You would pronounce the ED like an id if the end sound of the word is a t or a d. For example, wanted, needed. Want ends in a t, need ends in a d. For that reason, the ED will sound like id. Wanted, needed. Let's try a few more. Waited, hated, ended, excited, voted, wasted. Good job. Okay, let's try those in a sentence. Practice it with me. Sorry I'm late. Are you excited for the movie? Excited. That's a t sound, so the ED, id. Excited. I waited an hour for you. Waited. T, id, waited. I'm sorry, I needed to wait for the bus. Needed. D, id. Needed. Yeah, well, now you need a new girlfriend because I've just ended our relationship. Ended. D-id. Ended. The other 2 sounds for the ED are a t or a d. These ones will have a t sound. Fixed. Kissed. Walked. Worked. Asked. Again, don't worry. I know that one's difficult. We'll come back to that. Laughed. Helped. Relaxed. These ones, however, they have a d sound. Again, practice with me. Use the d sound. Played. Warmed. Called. Lived. Loved. Moved. Cleaned. Used. Followed. Well, okay, Ali, but when do I know Which sound is which? Huh? Yes, I'm sorry. The end sound changes how you pronounce the ed. So you pronounce this as a t. If the end sound of the verb is what's called an unvoiced sound or a voiceless sound. It means the same thing. And these all have a d sound when the end sound of the verb is what's called a voiced sound. Voiced and voiceless, what is that? Okay, voiced sounds. When you pronounce them, it produces a vibration in the throat. Put your hand here, you can feel the vibration, right? Use ends in a z sound. So, the z sound. Put your hand on your throat, you can feel the vibration. That means it's a voiced sound. The same with all the other ones. Follow, ooh, ooh. I like that sound, ooh. Clean, n. Move, v. Love, v. Live, v. Call, l. Warm, m. Play, e. So again, all of these, they produce a vibration in the throat, so they are all voiced sounds. These ones, the unvoiced sounds, or yes, voiceless, doesn't matter, they're the same thing. These do not produce a vibration in the throat. So, fixed. Fix ends in an x. S, s. There's no vibration in the throat. Put your hand there. Nothing. Nothing. Kiss. S, s. Again, no vibration. Walk. K, k. Nothing. Work. Ask. Laugh. Nothing. Help. P, s. None of these have a vibration in the throat. They are voiceless or unvoiced. So the ed sounds like a t. Practice these one more time with me. Let's go through all of them. Played. Warmed. Called. Lived. Loved. Moved. Cleaned. Used. Followed. And these ones, fixed, kissed, walked, worked, asked, laughed, helped, relaxed, watched. Okay, yes, asked. So if you pronounce it slowly and just as one word, asked. Practice it slowly with me. Asked. Asked. But that can be difficult, and to be honest, you would only pronounce it that way if you said the word alone. But how often does that happen? Really, you're going to use this word in a sentence. And when we speak quickly. And when we speak quickly, pronunciation gets a little more relaxed. So, this is how we would pronounce it naturally. In a sentence, we would remove the k sound. It sounds like this. Asked. Asked. I know, it sounds weird. Asked. Example sentence. Oh, she asked if I was free. You're speaking quickly. That's how I would say it. Asked. He asked me the time. So again, when you speak quickly, pronunciation, it's a little bit more relaxed. Okay, cool. Now you know all of the rules. Say these sentences with me perfectly. I mean, of course, but in a conversation, how can I know if it should be a t, d, or id sound? I don't want to have to think, is this voiced or voiceless? What's your advice? You know, boy, that is a great question. And no, but really, that is a good question. You're going to ask it, so I'll answer it here. Obviously, you can't remember every verb and remember if it's voiced or unvoiced. You're not going to do that. This is not a rule that you should be actively thinking about in speech. No, this is just a pronunciation rule that you should be aware of. So, for example, if you made mistakes with any of those verbs from before, try to use them naturally in your next conversation using the correct pronunciation. That's it. You don't need to do any more than that. Just be aware of it. But yes, test time. Say these sentences with me, just try. Don't worry if you make mistakes. Repeat it with me. They fixed my phone. They fixed my phone. I went out with this guy last night. Yesterday was amazing. We relaxed. We watched a movie. We relaxed. We watched a movie. I said I loved her. I said I loved her. I unfollowed him. I unfollowed him. But she laughed when I kissed her. She laughed when I kissed her. I blocked him. I blocked him. Now we get to the really interesting stuff.
Connected speech.
Let's try some assimilation. This is when the end sound of one word joins the beginning sound of the next word, and they merge together and have a little sound baby that sounds different. For example, you know that the s in kiss is unvoiced. So that ed is a t sound. When we combine a t with the next word, which is a y sound, those have a little sound baby that sounds like this. Ch. Try it with me. Ch. Easy, right? So, who kissed you? Kissed you. Kissed you. So, kiss sounds like a separate word from chew, right? Kiss, chew. Who kissed you? Say it with me. Who kissed you? So that is t-y, ch. What about d-y? What does that make? Well, let's take the example, I called you. Hey, I called you yesterday. That sounds like a robot. So that d into the y sound, that little baby sounds like j. I called you. Call, you. I called you. I called you yesterday. I needed you. Connected speech, it's not necessary, but it's a good idea to help your speech sound more fluent. So, a bigger example with a longer sentence using a few different sounds. Think about connected speech, then say it with me. You went on one date, you chilled, watched a movie, and then you had cookies. But then she never called you? Wow, mate, she used you for your cookies. If you want to know more about connected speech, I made a huge video. You can find the link here. Click here to watch a video about connected speech. Okay, final test. How would you say this? I asked you a question. I asked you a question. Remember, we don't need that k sound in ask, and the T assimilates to the y in you. Chew. I asked you a question. There's also more connected speech here, but again, watch that video. You'll understand everything. So if you're in an English class right now, try writing a dialogue between some people. Try to include all of these different sounds and then practice it. Also, show me how good your pronunciation is on your Instagram stories. Tag me in them at PapaTeachMe and I'll repost the best ones. See you in the next class.